Oh my God, my gorgeous Aquarius, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you because what I'm about to tell you, it's gonna be absolutely mind-blowing. Not only January, it's gonna be probably one of the most powerful months of your life, but February is going to be just as powerful. You need to understand what I said to you so many times is like, you've been through so much, and now I can tell you that as of the beginning of 2023, as the beginning of this year, when this year starts, you need to understand that at the same time the whole new adventure it's about to begin. The energy it's gonna be completely different. What was holding you down so far and making you feel so negative and making you feel so pessimistic at the time, it's normal and it's natural because you've been through so much. Yes, there are gonna be a couple of instances in January where you are still gonna need to kind of deal with certain issues that were karmically left behind from the few months previously, because a lot was happening in your life. You've been through so many changes, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and especially as the year got closer towards the end, the more mind-blowing things became, and you managed, bless your heart, to kind of deal with the most of the things that were really negative and scaring you, for such a long time. You managed to resolve so much by the end of the actual December. So by the time the beginning of January starts, it's like, oh my God, you're about to walk into a brand new world. I think you're gonna realize at around the 15th of January that you've burnt yourself with something. Of course you did. We live and learn. But what you've burnt yourself with, it gave you such a big experience, which is on another hand gonna really help you to reflect on things that happen to you in the future. It's about becoming wiser. It's about becoming stronger. It's about, having this really, basically a control over those aspects in your life that were like really kind of draining your energy and that were really kind of making you feel so uncomfortable for way too long. It was more about, making a decision and then going along through a little bit of a pain until you come out of it. That pain already started to kind of disappear because you knew that you had to make the necessary decision before the end of December 2022. You had to make the necessary decision, but it was very hard. It was very difficult because that necessary decision that you needed to make was like kind of involving somebody in your life who was also like kind of making you more unhappy than anything else. But when we are emotionally involved with somebody, then it's so easy to say that there is a certain karma that need to pass. There is a certain karma that need to go through. And the decision that you made by the end of December, which happened, by the end of this, before the end of December 2022, the decision that you actually made was also like kind of it was like kind of scary decision because it was involving somebody else. But at around that time you have found out like other things that made this decision, that made you to actually make this decision in much easier way that you would normally kind of actually do. So it is kind of like you had a bit of a signs along the way, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that what you were doing was the right thing. And even at the time when it made you feel really scared. So now I'm gonna stop talking about the 2022 because it was absolutely horrible. 2022 was an absolutely massive learning curfew when it comes to you. You've learned something so specific about yourself, and in the future, in the actual future, you will not be making kind of decisions like this anymore, which can kind of slow you down because you made the wrong decision and it involves somebody else, in your life. So this is now kind of a lot to do with your own learning, but at the same time, you are stepping into a brand new dimension, into a brand new world, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and I'm so happy for you. From the 1st of January, literally, your life is going to be completely different. There's going to be one thing after another, which is going to become ridiculously attractive to you. and also one thing after another that is going to become ridiculously attractive to you. It's going to be keep on reminding you that you did the right thing. It's about freedom. It's about your spirit being free now, and once your spirit is free, you can kind of relate to other things in your life that you should be paying attention to. Something very toxic, it left your life, just exit your life, and now it's time for fun. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for January 2023. I'm telling you that this month is literally going to change your life. When it comes to numerology, you have number 1302. You have 1302, and that means that on one hand you are gonna have such a powerful transformation. You are going through a really powerful transformation where you are gonna start realizing how much certain things are becoming attractive to you that they weren't attractive before. And what else you're gonna realize, that by the end of January 2023 you are going to have an opportunity of your lifetime. And what's really interesting is that opportunity you wouldn't even notice, you wouldn't even realize if you didn't go through all these things that you're going to be going through, through all these things that you are going to be kind of facing throughout the months of January. It's going to be remarkable. I will tell you something, my gorgeous Aquamarini. It's about the revelation. You are going to have one of the most powerful revelation of your lifetime when it comes to this January 2023. And what you're going to become aware of, and what you're going to find out specifically at around the 12th of January 2023, it's going to make you feel so happy. It's going to make you feel so excited. It's going to make you feel so optimistic about your future, because at the same time what you're going to find out and what you're going to become aware of, it's going to give you so much hope, and it's going to bring you so much inspiration. Why? Because there are almost instantly going to be a certain kind of bright prospects, and realizations that you're going to realize, and these bright prospects that you're going to realize are also going to require from you to immediately kind of take the next steps as well. So it's to do with you kind of revisiting some old plans as well. At the same time, it's about you revisiting some old plans, and these old plans are to do before somebody else made a negative impact in your life, and that particular person have just kind of put you off the certain plans that were meant to be for you. And it's to do with an important steps as well that you're gonna need to make, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So this is all gonna be about you really knowing which old plans do you need to revisit in order to take the next steps before the end of January. But at the same time, this is to do with the rather bold and ambitious choices that you're gonna need to make. This is important for you to expand your dreams, but it's also as important for you to understand that it's to do with you continuing to move forward with your life the way you want it, how you want it, when you want it. Okay, so important indeed. And also, do you know what? Because what else I want to say to you, what you've been through, my gorgeous Aquamarini, over the last year, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Emotionally, it left you absolutely drained. Emotionally, it left you drained because you had to go along with things, but you also at the same time unselfishly you needed to make sure that the specific people in your life are okay. Bless you. And this is what I love you see, because you are such an important part of those people in your life. You bring life to people, whoever you're around with your charisma, with your energy, with your best friends in general, but let alone with those people who mean to you the most, the best friends and the family members. You just you bring so much happiness into their lives, but also because you put them as a number one at the time when it's so difficult for you. You're also creating a really powerful energy that is gonna come back at you in a form of karma and bring you a little present. And the present that I'm talking about that you are going to have, it's gonna happen on the 19th of January January 2023, where you are going to have a present, and it's literally going to have a present which is going to surprise you. It's going to happen in the weirdest of ways, but it is going to be a present that you are going to have, and that present is going to be the direct result of all these things that you have been unselfishly doing for other people. It's almost going to be something magical. Something magical is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this is why I need you to understand and to remember that, you know, when you're doing things, like when you're doing things for other people, someone is always watching. Not like not like that, like someone is always watching, you know, but it's always like getting written somewhere within the spiritual world. Don't you worry, Karma Mama is gonna come back and reward you in the best possible way. So your reward is gonna come on the 19th of January 2023, where you are gonna be presented with this like kind of present. You're gonna have this present, but this is gonna be something really, really magical, and it's gonna happen in the weirdest of the ways. At that moment in time, you will know and you will understand that one cycle is coming to an end and another cycle is about to begin. Couple of days after that moment in time, this is going to lead towards you like suddenly like being attracted to this brand new area of study. And this is like so important, because you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so attracted to this brand new area of study. Like, I can't believe it. Just go with it. Go with it. Go with this flow, my babies, because it's happening, because it's at the end of the cycle, and wherever there is an end, there is the beginning, which means an additional couple of days after that, there is going to be an excellent opportunity that is actually going to present itself in order for you to start this area of study. How you're going to start this, you know, an excellent opportunity is going to present itself within the further, you know, an additional 2 days after that moment in time. And this is when things are going to start becoming very, very interesting indeed, because naturally there are the certain like kind of things about your future that you were planning are gonna start kind of changing. But you will like this, because this is the direct result of everything that you have been through, and you were able to elevate yourself and like kind of reflect from a brand new angle. And once that happens, you know, you see certain aspects about your life from a completely different aspect, and that is so important when it comes to you knowing exactly which adjustment do you need to make, which priorities change, and most importantly, what came to an end. But even more important than that, what like really good and willing sacrifice do you need to make? A very, very important, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. And also, when it comes to the actual you know, when it comes to the, you know, the worst is over. I'm keep on saying this, the worst is over. And you will know this, because a very, very important message is going to happen to you as well in between the 21st and the 23rd of January. A very important message which is going to surprise you. Someone is going to act very strange, really odd and really bizarre. A certain person in your life, it's going to be a message from them that is really going to kind of throw you out of balance. They're going to do something really silly and really stupid. They're going to act in a very unusual way, and that is going to be a sign and indication that the worst is over. And this is, that person is someone who is in your life and who was in your life, but it's also someone who was playing a significant role as well when it comes to you feeling all this negativity, and when it comes to you feeling stuck, and when it comes to you feeling so much dark energy. You felt so much dark energy within the last few months because of that particular person. When you get a message from that person, this is going to open your eyes, and it's gonna, first of all, it's gonna throw you out of balance, because like certain things are not gonna make sense. But then again, it is going to beautifully show you, you know, that the worst is over. The worst is over, because you're gonna be like, oh, thank God I managed to stop this, or thank God I've done this. It's gonna make you aware of, on one hand, that you made a really wise choice not that long ago, something that you were still kind of uncertain about. This is gonna prove your point. But then on another hand, it's more about you kind of like really feeling so good with yourself by knowing that, you know, that the very difficult stage of your life came to an end, and now after this moment in time, you will see that after that you are really going to be presented with like a few different options, you know, especially when it comes to you following your passion and you wanting to do what you always wanted to do. You will see that the decision that you made not that long ago, it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to help you to come out of yourself and live your life the way you want to live your life, not the way somebody else wants you to live your life. I'm not saying that you're doing this, but this is all absolutely going to make sense, and it's as well, it's going to kind of like a push you towards your own awakening. So it's going to show you a few different options where you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, are going to be able to really kind of like follow your passion and do things that fuel your passion, you know, do things that you're passionate about, and this is important to you, let alone the fact that you are going to also realize that you got everything you possibly need at this moment in your life. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know what, like there is somebody, you know, somebody is like kind of going to have a tower in their life, somebody who's very close to you. It's going to need your help. Somebody will be going through something very difficult, and that in itself, it's going to become you're going to become aware of this, especially within the last 11 days this month of January. Somebody is going to have a very unfortunate situation happening to them, and that in itself, it's really going to going to affect you, because you're very close to this person. This person really means to you a lot. So again, whether this is a family member or this is like a great friend, you know, this is kind of going to affect you, but you just need to understand that you have got the answer. You know exactly what you need to say to this person, because you know what, it's to do with a certain experience that you've been through like not that long ago. So now someone in your life is going to go through like a similar experience, but this is going to affect them like kind of like a worst, much better, because something was going on much longer when it comes to that aspect in their lives, you see what I mean, than in your situation. So because it was going so much longer in their situation, the longer it goes, this type of situation in people's lives, it affects them more, it affects them greatly. But the bottom line, so they will be kind of feeling this very, very heavy, like, oh my God, it's going to be very heavy for them. And also it's to do with somebody who's very sensitive, you know, at the moment, and very sensitive normally. So this is like going to be like a bit of a mind-blowing emotional situation, that where you just need to step forward and just share your experience, and just by you sharing some kind of experience, something that's similar that you went through, this is going to mean to that person so much, and it's going to put their mind to rest. This is very, very important indeed, because it almost looks like if you don't kind of go through, no pressure, if you don't kind of like really kind of contact this person, it's almost as if this person kind of would do something silly, you know what I mean, no pressure, but you know what I mean, that's why I'm trying to say this to you. So this is, you are going to be playing like probably more important role that you could have possibly imagined, that you can possibly imagine when it comes to helping someone who is like kind of going through something very, very difficult indeed. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know what, I quite like this. What is going to happen this month as well, you are going to feel such a strong need to kind of meditate, or you're going to feel such a strong need to kind of like really kind of start some kind of a process of meditation, whether this is going to be like you walking in the forest, you sitting by the sea, sitting by the river, you know, water is very spiritual, or whether you will want to like kind of meditate, you know. But this is very important, because I want to say to you one specific thing. There is a mind-blowing insight going to come to you from through your own meditation. This is so important. You know what? It's the 4th of January that it's very significant. Sorry, when it comes to that. 14th of January, it's the 4th of January, 14th of January, and the 24th of January. These 3 days are going to be completely different, but these 3 days are going to be so powerful when it comes to you meditating. So it's going to happen within one of these 3 days. When you're going to be meditating, you're going to feel like a very strong urge and need to kind of meditate and reconnect with yourself. Maybe you will feel like you want to ground yourself. This is so important. This is such an important stage, because this is not only about meditation, but it's also about some kind of insight that it's going to come to you, that is going to blow your mind in the best possible way. Once you start this meditation, something is going to happen. Some kind of information is it's gonna come to you. Some kind of inspiration, some kind of idea, it's gonna come to you. And that idea, it's gonna be primarily responsible for your spirit rising and rising and rising. This particular idea that it is actually going to come to you, that it's going to inspire you so much, it's pretty much so to do with like what the next step is going to be in your life, and you are like kind of going to surprise yourself, am I ready for this? But now you will know, otherwise this idea wouldn't come to you, because you will know that you are ready for this particular idea, because this is to do with something really big, something really huge, and it's also involving your immediate environment. And normally you would think like, no, I'm not ready for this, but then now it's like kind of like your spirit is going to be rising. You're going to get so much strength through this, so much confidence. You're going to feel extremely optimistic, and all these feelings and vibrations are going to be guiding you towards the fact that you are making a really, really wise choice. You know, a really wise choice. By the end of the month, you will know exactly what am I talking about, because the 30th and the 31st of January, there is going to be a little bit of like revelations again, where you're going to find out something else, something further, which is going to bring you like a bit of a peace of mind with those things that you were worrying about, because this is to do with you making a really big change. I think it's a lot to do with your immediate environment and your home, doing something really big, but you're still going to be uncertain. But the last 2 days of January are going to reveal to you exactly why it's time for you to do this. You will know, because it's all about the mental clarity and you following your heart as well at the same time. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, let me just tell you, when it comes to the actual mind, body and spirit, this is a powerful time. Do you know why? Because you know, it's about you being spiritually open. It's about you being extremely open-minded, more open-minded than you normally are. But it's about you knowing and understanding how to read in between the line, reading the lines in between the lines, you know, reading the signs, you know, paying attention to all sorts of synchronicities. Synchronicities are going to be enhanced in your life when it comes to January and February. Throughout January right until the end of February, you know, you are going to be extremely psychic, like extremely psychic, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And that in itself means that also before you start any kind of meditation in between January and February, you need to make the most of it. It's not only about synchronicities and signs and intuitive messages that you are going to get and have. No, baby, no, it's not only that, but it's at the same time, you know, in between January and February, every single time before you start like meditating, whatever you consider to be meditation, I said this before, whatever you consider to be meditation, because it's about reaching the certain level in our mind, you know, of relaxation, which helps us to kind of like really like expand our energy towards all sorts of different dimensions, which on another hand makes us extremely wise, extremely clever, extremely powerful when it comes to that way, but also when it comes to asking specific questions right before the meditation starts. Ask the direct question, and you're going to be blown away what a direct answer you're actually going to have. So this is something that you need to make the most of it. You're going to find this absolutely interesting in so many different ways and inspiring, because you are a natural empath, you're a natural little psychic. Of course you are, you're very much so an empath indeed. But now when you reach these very powerful levels of the deepest self, you know, this in itself really kind of help you out so much when it comes to little things that have been on our mind for such a long time, and we've been thinking about them for such a long time, but we are not doing anything about them. So those little things that were at the back of our mind for years, for example, can come to the surface, and then we know exactly what do we need to do. So before every single meditation you have, ask a clear direction, and you are ask the actual question, and you are going to have a mind-blowing answers, and they are going to be like, oh my god, full on indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition, my gorgeous aquamarini, I highly suggest you to get something like, keep on taking something like a natural vitamin D3, which is going to re-energize you. It's going to boost your immune system, but it's going to be super beneficial for your bones as well. So it's a natural vitamin D3. As usual, I highly suggest you to take with a natural zinc picolinate, which is a highly absorbable version of zinc, of course, and the combination of these two is a big mama indeed, especially when it comes to boosting immune system, but it's also brilliant for skin, hair and nails as well. And the third thing that I would highly recommend you would be organic chlorella, and this is going to be super beneficial when it comes to the metals. I told you this so many times, whether you believe this or not, it's entirely up to you. It's entirely down to you, okay? But it's true. So you've got the dangerous metals in the sky, in the air, in the ground, in the soil, in the plants, the dangerous metals absolutely everywhere that end up being in our body. So we need to do something about it. Organic chlorella is super powerful because it has got the ability to detoxify your body of all these dangerous metals, and on top of that is rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids, which are needed by our body, which are really needed by our body, but our body does not produce this by ourselves. So omega-3 essential fatty acids are brilliant for so many different things, amongst like basically it's a brilliant for your brain, for your memory, for your head, for your mind, and for that type of thing. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous aquamarini, or not. And to buy these vitamins supplements, you can check the description below, or you can basically go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my vitamins can come up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to be the first important date. It's like, oh my God. As I said, the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd of January, you will know that the energy is completely different. You know what? You can be like completely tired. You can be completely drained. You can feel completely horrible. You can feel completely awful, but you are just gonna be enjoying whatever you are doing, whatever you focus on, and whatever you're starting to work on. This is because of the specific vibration that it's there to remind you that your life is about to change, and you are about to walk into the brand new dimension. And this means that you have been through so much. What I've said before, it's because you've been through so much. And the more this 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of January, the more weird and strange they feel in terms of you walking into a brand new dimension, the more karma you've actually worked on. So the bottom line is, you could be maybe let's say that you didn't sleep the whole week before the 1st of January, and you're still gonna be able to like kind of give your most and do the best with all those things that you put your mind to. And this in itself, it's really gonna start the process of the actual rejuvenation like never ever before. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of January, you are gonna have this very interesting message, but this message is gonna come to you intuitively. Something is going to be persistently on your mind, that it's just gonna be keep on giving you like a little smile, and this is something that you're not gonna be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. And it's also going to start like a little hermit mode. Hermit mode, it's a good thing when we do when we are open to the point when we are looking for the big life answers, but at the same time we go very deep and we are just a little bit withdrawn. And this is needed from us to visit all sorts of places within ourselves, in order to inspect certain things that have been kind of locked out, for such a lockdown, for such a long time indeed. So it's a powerful time when certain things come to the surface that we need to deal with, and that we maybe have put these things, suppress these things at the back of our mind. We can suppress certain things for a while, but then they're going to be keep on bouncing back until we deal with them. Now the vibration and energy is going to be completely different, so there is some kind of specific problem that you are really going to decide to attack, decide to kind of deal with, you know, and you are going to surprise yourself. But this is the direct result of these wonderful energies that I'm talking about right at the beginning of this mind-blowing months, my gorgeous aquamarine. Indeed. So this, you are going to have this intuitive message. Something is going to be on your mind persistently, how to deal with this, but at the same time there is going to be another thing as well, determination, an idea. You're also going to have an idea within the 1st and the 3rd of January 2023. You are going to have a mind-blowing idea how to speed a certain process in your life that's got stuck, you know, that's got stuck in limbo. Okay, so this is a big mama really that I want you to understand here. In between the 1st and the 3rd of January 2023, you are going to have this intuitively as well, this idea that is gonna make you feel determined like never before. Your spirit is gonna rise like a big mama, and this idea, it's all going to be about you knowing exactly how to speed up the certain progress, how to speed up something in your life that was just stuck for way too long. And this in itself is going to make you feel so happy, because already by the 9th of January 2023, as somebody in your life, like a family member or a really great friend, is going to like kind of tell you something, a certain information that you didn't know, and this in itself is going to already make you aware of the progress that you've made just by kind of focusing on it. You see, this is already gonna kind of be answered to you within the next few days later, let alone the fact that, you know, this, but it's not only about the speeding up the certain progress, something that will slow down. No baby, no, not oh yeah, certain progress, something will slow down. This is to do with your dream. This is to do with a very important part of your life, that it's a part of your dream. And that is going to be keep on coming back, because it's to do with your spirit, it's to do with your destiny. So this is going to feel a very, very important, you know. So it's not only about speeding up the certain progress, you know, baby no, but it's about to do with the dream. You see, this is connected to your dream, something that you were dreaming on and something that you were planning on for such a long time. This is not going to be highlighted like there is no tomorrow, and you are going to be reminded of that dream yet again, which is also going to kind of inspire you even further. You are about to give a birth to something absolutely mind-blowing here, some kind of project, some kind of karmic seed you are about to plant at a moment in time. You know exactly, you realize exactly which bold move and which bold, brave step do you need to make. At that moment in time, you need to understand that there is a process of manifestation that is already about to begin, and this is important. Oh my God, my gorgeous aquamarine, this is something that it's absolutely about to change your life forever. On another hand, by the time you get to the actual 10th of January, my gorgeous aquamarine, the 10th of January, an unexpected situation is going to take place, and this is really going to blow your way. When I say the unexpected situation is something that's going to happen completely unexpectedly on the 10th of January, and this is going to be such a great time, because this in itself, it's again showing like a very difficult situation, a very, very huge problem coming to an end, but you did not think that this problem is going to come to an end yet whatsoever. So this is going to surprise you, but it's at the same time going to put a big smile on your face. Why? Because that in itself is going to provide you, and it's going to show you not only a clear direction, but it's going to give you so much hope and so much inspiration, because you're going to become aware of like a very, very interesting bright prospects as well. So it's not about the problem coming to an end, but it's more about what is actually going to come out of it, because that problem that is going to come to an end unexpectedly, it's also going to be more most importantly providing you, it's going to provide you with bright prospects, like, oh my God. And these bright prospects are again going to be highlighted on the 30th and the 31st of January with a mind-blowing opportunity that you're actually going to have. And this opportunity that you're going to have, it's also going to make you aware of so many other things that these prospects are actually going to bring into your life. Like, oh my God, very, very powerful time indeed. I have to stress that this is to do with your wheel of fortune on the 10th of January. This is to do with your wheel of fortune. This is to do with your destiny, my gorgeous aquamarini. So, do you know what? Naturally, you are going to feel elevated. Naturally, you are going to feel inspired. Naturally, you are going to feel like, my God, your spirit is rising, you know. So it's going to be felt from a completely different angle. What else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous aquamarini, is... I don't even know where is it. I don't even know where is it now. What else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous aquamarini? Where is it? Where is it? Just a second. Where is it? 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 I'm just looking for the little pendant. Here we go. That I've lost along the way. No, I didn't. Here, this is what I want to recommend you, my gorgeous aquamarine. It's a must. When it comes to making decision, ruby fuchsite, it's absolutely brilliant, because there are going to be few important decisions that you're going to be making in between January and in between the end of April 2023. And when it comes to these important decisions that you're going to be making, it's also very kind of significant to stress here is that, you know, these decisions can make you a little bit indecisive. And when you find yourself being indecisive, at the same time, you need to understand that we start losing ourselves, because we kind of tend to overanalyze. And when we start to overanalyzing, we just really lose our original self. So it's always so important to go with that first initial feeling. But sometimes, I know it's easy for me to say, it's not that easy. So this is why ruby fuchsite is a must, because it makes you kind of to stay true to yourself. It kind of brings you right down, it grounds you, it centers you, but at the same time it like kind of helps you to stay on the same level, opposed to like going around and overanalyzing. Overanalyzing is really bad, because it just creates this dark cloud in between what we are facing, and then it's very difficult to find a way. And by wearing a ruby fuchsite, when you're making important decisions, it helps you like kind of to stay grounded, but at the same time it helps you to like kind of make the best possible decision. This gorgeous ruby fuchsite, it comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying from my channel, my gorgeous aquamarini, you're also supporting my channel as well. And also at the same time, if you do need someone who is very indecisive as a person, or if you do need someone who could benefit from this, just get it for them as a present. You know, it's brilliant. So the second important date, my gorgeous aquamarini, it's going to be on the 11th of January. I like this so much. I like this so much. I like this so much, because you are gonna become aware of this news. What you're gonna hear, it's gonna put a big smile on your face. You know what I mean? Because the news that you're gonna have, it's going to make you feel it's gonna make you feel really enthusiastic. It's gonna make you feel very kind of creative. It's gonna make you feel extremely optimistic. And it's also going to make you feel extremely impatient, you know, because the news that you're going to hear is going to be about very, very exciting opportunities that are going to allow you to be yourself, and it's going to allow you to play with your own creativity. And that's exactly what you should be doing at this stage in your life. You should be doing those things that are making you feel passionate indeed. And that news of this exciting opportunity is just going to make you feel so excited about yourself, and it's going to make you feel so kind of happy, and it's also going to make you feel extremely confident about your success. You will know what this is, you know, you're going to feel extremely confident about your success. And even more so, you know, you are actually going to kind of realize that, you know, another realization here, again, what I said before, is the 11th of January, as soon as you become aware of this news, you're going to become a ridiculously kind of like really confident about your success, and now suddenly you're going to be reminded about so much that you've been through, and it's all going to start making sense, you know. And this 11th of January especially going to be the date when you will know, like, you know what, oh God, I've got something in my eye. The 11th of January is going to be, I've got something in my eye, I've got something in my eye, I've got something, I've got something, I've got something in my eye, I've got something in my eye, I've got something, I've got something, I've got something in my eye, I've got something in my eye, I've got something, I've got something, I've got something in my eye, I've got something in my eye, I've got something, something, I've got something in my eye. I'm sorry, my gorgeous aquamarine, I do have something in my eye. So, do you know what? This is brilliant because you've got a big, like a big mama happening here, you know, in terms of a yin yang. Do you know what I mean? So, in every bad is a good, in every good there is a bad, a bit of everything. Hello. No, but you know what I mean? It's like more about, like, as soon as you become so confident about your success, you know, it's almost like as if you're going to be able to look things about your life from a completely different picture, and almost like you're going to be able to understand why did you go through certain things and they were so difficult over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's so beautifully going to start fading into the background, but it's most importantly going to show you how powerful you are, and it's most certainly going to make you aware of the fact to never ever ever underestimate how powerful you are. Isn't this such an amazing feeling, my gorgeous aquamarinis? It's brilliant. So this is what you're going to be reminded here. You see this little bitch here? Coming to an end, coming to an end. You see this? This is where you're gonna like, this is brilliant, you know, very, very important stage, and I absolutely like it because I know how much this is actually going to mean to you indeed. And also, on another hand, my gorgeous aquamarini, when it comes to the 11th of January, of course that I have to mention this. I know you're gonna tell me that I'm a dark lala, but I'm not being a dark lala because this is to do with somebody in your life. And I mentioned that person before, somebody older, somebody vulnerable. I'm not saying that older people are vulnerable. I'm keep on saying this because I don't want to offend anyone, okay? I'm just trying to, the age is not important. Age is nothing, you know, the age is literally nothing, like literally. So, you know, it's like I'm just trying to like to describe this person is to do with someone vulnerable in your life, someone older, and someone is vulnerable due to their age. So something is going on. So it's either maybe their mind is going slowly. Oh my God, my light is just gone, one of the lights. How dare you? No, it's like, you see, I'm a darker now. Hello, I'm in the dark, I'm in the dark. You probably can't tell, but one of my lights is gone, and that means that the spirit is here, the spirit is here, the spirit is here. Okay, I've got a spirit here. I'm sorry, my gorgeous aquamarine. There is a spirit, a rose. There is a spirit of rose here. A spirit of rose is wanting to let you know that you need to pay attention to a very vulnerable person in your life. There is someone very vulnerable, not this person, a young person. The spirit of rose is trying to make you aware of a younger person in your life. Who is the youngest person that you know? Somebody vulnerable. Somebody is very vulnerable and is being terribly misled. So you do know what to do. You are the only one who can do something about it. So it's to do with the younger person in your life, somebody young, and it's to do with somebody who's been really misled against you. So you just need to like kind of step through and step forward and find out what is actually going on, because it looks like that somebody who's very young and vulnerable in your life, it's being like kind of told all sorts of things about you that are not true, and now you just need to find out who this is and do something about it. Okay, this is very important indeed. You do not want this younger person to be poisoned by this kind of like some kind of a people in your life who have got some kind of like maybe a agenda against you. They can't understand you. And it's also to do with the people in your life who used to be in your life, but they've got a bitter mouth in their, they've got a bit of a bitter taste in their mouth because of the things that happened in between you and that person in the past. So now they're trying to maybe manipulate somebody a little bit younger. And I just want to let you know this is the message from Rose, and it's really important indeed. And also Rose, another hand, this is the spirit of Rose here. On another hand, Rose is trying to tell you to really think about a work-life balance throughout the months of January, and pay attention to what your body is going to tell you. There is the specific part of your body that is going to need your attention. There is a specific part of your body that is going to need your attention, and it's going to be keep on repeating and repeating and repeating. And that part of the body, it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you are going to need to change your lifestyle a little bit. Thank you, Rose, my darling. That was really, really fast. It's like I can't even catch up with you. Okay, cool. Thank you. So now I can go back to this other person, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So that I'm really confusing now. I'm becoming all confusing, isn't it? So this was a message from the spirit called Rose, and it's to do with a young person in your life. Okay, younger person in your life. And you can tell me like, oh, I haven't got anybody young in my life. But then again, you could be like maybe 85 and that person could be maybe 65. So that's younger. Do you know what I mean? You could be 40. That person could be like 35. Do you know what I mean? So that's younger. Or you could be like 45 and that person could be like 10. Do you know what I mean? That person could be 11. Do you know? So it could go like so many different, it could go within so many different ways. But you are a very important person in that person's life, if you know what I mean. So there you go. So now going back to that other person here, my gorgeous Aquamarine, an older person in your life who is like kind of vulnerable due to their age. This is the one that I'm worried about. Okay, I'm really worried about this person. I've been worried about this person for such a long time, and not because of due to their age, not some kind of ailments they have. Something is making them vulnerable, whether it's their mind, whether it's their body, I don't know. It's very difficult to say. But that vulnerability that person in your life has, like an older person in your life, that vulnerability, someone is trying to use. Someone is trying to use that person in your life, and I think you are aware of this. You were aware of this for a while, and I do not like these entities or whatsoever. It's almost like a devilish people that I'm talking about are getting closer and closer and closer to the person in your life who mean to you so much. These are very, very devilish energies, and these are very, very devilish entities. These people are using the fact that that person in your life is becoming vulnerable, and they are lying to them. They are lying to this person. They're hiding things from this person, and they're like kind of trying to do something that is like almost like taking something from that person in a really terrible way, like lying about something. So you know, I'm worried about this, and this has been going on for such a long time. And that person in your life, an older person in your life, it's like kind of not aware of this. That person is like kind of working with them, or he's doing something with them. They're around that vulnerable person in your life, but that vulnerable person in your life is not seeing what these people are doing. And you can't say anything because that vulnerable person in your life is going to get offended and is going to say like, oh, what you're saying to me, you're talking nonsense, why you stop talking stupid things. So you're worried about your relationship with that person in your life if you say something. And this has been going on for such a long time, and I don't like it. Because I know this situation. I know this type of bastards. You know, I know this type of snakes. I know this type of people in life. I know what they do. I know what they're capable of doing. These people are so evil, you know, and they're prepared to go to like every strength, you know. that prepared to go so far. Anyway, so the bottom line is, I've been talking to you about this for a while, and now you know what, just to remind you again, you know, the devil is around these people, and is around this person. It's a devilish group of people, very bad, very lying, very deceiving, and there is something is actually going to happen this month, and you are really going to, for the first time ever, you are gonna be able to know exactly what to do, because you know what, something is going to happen. There is going to be like maybe a little argument and little disagreement in between that person in your life and these bastards, you know. So there is going to be a little disagreement for the first time ever. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. First time ever. What does that mean? That this disagreement with that person is going to have in your life with these devilish entities, group of people around them or couple of people around them, you're going to become aware of this, and for the first time ever within the first 2 or 3 years, you are going to have the opportunity to step through and step forward by you becoming aware of the little argument or disagreement in between that person in your life and this group of devilish bastards. By this disagreement and a little bit of an argument, you will know exactly what to do. Now it's your time to step in. This is going to provide you with a clear direction. What exactly do you need to do? And guess what? It's finally going to start getting resolved. This is absolutely brilliant. You've been waiting for this for so long. Now you have to be tactical. Now you have to be methodical. But however, now finally the direction is going to be shown exactly what do you need to do. Okay? And how you're going to do this. And it's also, when you become aware of this, there's going to be number 5. Somehow it's going to be at around 5. Maybe it's going to be 5 p.m. Maybe it's going to be on the 5th of the month. You know, it really depends. But number 5, it's really going to be so relevant here indeed. By the time you get to the 31st of January, another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous aquamarine, would be this absolutely super powerful tiger's eye pendant. Because spiritually you're going to be open like a big mama throughout the actual January and February. I told you lots of messages you're going to be getting intuitively. You're going to be able to read in between the lines. You're going to be able to read and understand like never before. You look up and you look at the sky and like a clouds, and you're going to see like, oh my God, your future in the cloud. Hello my darling, yeah, I'm going to be rich. You know what I mean? So it's like a basic, you're going to be able to read quite a lot. But what does that do? It's basically just opens you up spiritually, so you get so much info that you normally don't get, and you're able to reflect on it from a completely different angle. But then on another hand, you become a little bit vulnerable because you're more open. So on one hand you get a bit of like a more insight, but then something always has to page, you know what I mean? And then on another hand, you're just a little bit more open, so you're more vulnerable to certain energies and to certain entities. So especially when it comes to the people who are giving us an evil eye, it doesn't have to be done to us intentionally. It can be done to us unintentionally, for example. But this is what I need you to understand, because you're going to be more vulnerable within the first few months of this year. I would highly suggest you to wear this beautiful tiger's eye. And this is going to help you to kind of protect yourself, to ground yourself, to rebalance yourself, to protect yourself from an evil eye and negative entities. But at the same time, it's going to be super important for your success, because it attracts success. Lots of people don't know tiger's eyes, also called the actual success stone. Success. It attracts success and prosperity into your life as well. So this is something like that you should be really, really wearing. So tiger's eye pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this, my gorgeous aquamarini, it's in the description below. The 31st of January, it's like, oh my God, this is so brilliant. You know, on the 31st of January, you are gonna be thinking on the 29th 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of January, 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of January, within the last 3 days, you're going to be thinking about some kind of adventure that you've had not that long ago. Okay, so you're going to be thinking about a certain adventure that you've been through, something really mental, but in the best possible way, something that made you feel alive, something that made you feel like alive again, something that re-energized you, something that made you learn so much about yourself and beyond, you know what I mean? So there is already some kind of adventure that you've been through that you're going to be thinking about from the 29th, in between the 29th and the 31st of January. And what do I mean by this now? Why am I saying this? Because on the 31st of January you are really going to have another adventure, another little adventure you are going to have on the 31st of January. And I think that you're just going to bring it onto yourself, because you are going to be thinking about some kind of other adventure that you've already been through, and your energy is going to become so powerful and so magnetic that it's going to leave it with absolutely no choice but to invite another adventure into your life. That's exactly what you're going to do. And let me tell you, on the 31st of January in the morning, you're already going to have a very unusual and very strange and very bizarre sign, which is going to make you aware of some kind of adventure it's about to happen. And this adventure is also going to happen when you have that sign in the morning. You are really want to explore something, investigate something, find out a little bit further about something. And once you kind of start doing this, you are not gonna believe what is going to happen to you, what you're gonna find out, what you're gonna realize by the end of that day. It's gonna change your life in the best possible way, and it's gonna make you feel extremely optimistic, because it is also going to give you an idea, an important idea, you know. And this idea, it's really gonna be something that you will know that this is the part of your spiritual journey. But at the same time, this adventure that I'm talking about, that you're going to have on the 31st of January, it's also going to bring somebody very special into your life, a very special, a very different and very strange and very unusual person. This unusual person, there are very kind of interesting elements about that person that you're going to feel a very strong connection to. And through that person, you're also going to realize something very specific about yourself, some power that you have within that you need to unlock, some power that you had within all along, but it wasn't the right time for you to realize that now it's time to take this on the next level. This is so important, because the part of that power, it's also going to be you realizing that on the 31st of January, you know, a very big stage of your life you need to kind of cut out of yourself. You know, something came to an end. So it's to do with the discontinuance of certain efforts that you used to be very passionate about. But then again, at the same time, you will know through that person by this stage of your life that something much better is coming, and it's going to be connected to you realizing that power within, which is on another hand really going to give you a completely different perspective on something that was blocking you and preventing you to move on, especially when it comes to you making a really big life changes and moving on. You know, by the end of the 31st of January, you are going to find yourself on this beautiful, gorgeous spiritual quest where you will want more out of life, but it's going to happen so organically, it's going to happen so naturally, and it's also even more so going to start bringing some very interesting people into your life who are through who you are going to realize so much about yourself, and certain inspirations are going to come through them as well. This is going to be absolutely brilliant indeed. By the end of the 31st of January, you will be able to move on with those things in your life that you could have only been dreaming of moving on like before. Now this is all going to contribute towards your own personal power and passion. You will know, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that you are doing the right thing, because by the end of the 31st of January, you are going to make one of the most important decisions of your life, which is going to change your whole quality of life for the better. It's a lot to do with the work-life balance, but also a lot to do with you moving on with your life towards the right direction and enjoying the fruits of your own labor. My goodness, my gorgeous Aquamarini, this is going to be beginning indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to say briefly what is going to happen in the first part of January, mid part of January, and the last part of January. The first part of January, it's like, ooh la la, the more you plan, the more like, ooh, the more it's gonna come to you, certain ideas that you never thought that you could have had before. And this is the part of this magical energy. As soon as you find yourself like planning something, do not ignore the ideas that you've never had before. Please do not ignore them, because they are part of your spiritual evolution. They're part of your spiritual progress, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. Mid-January, it's about to bring you one of the most powerful revelations of your life. This revelation, it's gonna make so much clear, especially when it comes to you knowing and realizing that you are about to make one of the wisest decisions of your life right at the end of January 2023 indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, those of you in relationship, this is brilliant. It's a lot to do with the success and the amazing accomplishment that those of you in relationship are going to become aware of. An amazing success and accomplishment at around the mid-January. This is about to absolutely change your life. Why? Because that particular success and accomplishment that you are going to have as a couple, it's going to make you aware, both of you, the fact that you are really going to have an ultimate change in your life. So it's not about success and accomplishment that you're going to feel so proud about, but it's also about the ability for both of you to make an important step when it comes to an ultimate change in your life. You will know this is about to bring one of the biggest changes ever, and even more so by the end of January. You are going to be provided with an opportunity which is going to do just that, and you will both know it. And by the time you get to April 2023, this is already going to start flourishing, like, oh my God, into all sorts of dimensions and all sorts of directions. Trust me. And for those of you who are single and ready to, hello, my darling, my gorgeous Aquamarini, for those of you who are single, it is not going to happen, the love of your life, you know what I mean, this month, not at all. But let me tell you something more important. It's actually going to happen. You are really going to find yourself at around the mid-January thinking about some kind of a project which is going to require from you, which is going to remind you, you're going to be thinking about a certain project, but this certain project that you're going to be thinking about, it's more about yourself and it's more about your life. You're going to go well deep, and you're going to be thinking about lots of things that you've been through, lots of things that you've gone through over the last 2 or 3 years, and now suddenly at around the mid-January, you know, you are really going to go deep, but in the best possible way, and you are going to realize exactly that it's time to do something new, it's time to go somewhere new, time to do something different. So you're going to be facing a project like, but this is very personal. It's to do with your life, it's to do with you having fun, it's to do with you doing things differently, but it's also to do with certain aspects of your life that you kind of used to do. And this is all going to give you an idea where to go and what to do, because by the end of January it's more about you knowing where to go and what to do, but this is involving like a new aspect of your life. You're starting something new, doing something new, going somewhere new, but also including lots of things that you used to do in your past, type of thing. So this in itself is going to reveal to you the direction where someone interesting is going to come from. But first of all, you need to go through this. This is so important. Absolutely go go with the flow, my gorgeous aquamarini. Have some fun and enjoy yourself, because it's not going to be long until someone rather, hello my darling, walks into your life and have a moment like stranger in the night, aquamarini in the morning. It's not going to be that long whatsoever. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarini, I love you so much. I wish you all the best when it comes to this new year 2023, and I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my video. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.